Hi, my name is Anita Singh, and this presentation outlined the process research designed for my studies on the influence of pre-received environmental sustainability practice of Premier um, Leach Club on fan trust among UK-based supporters. Research content questions aim and objectives. Previous literature identifies consistent sustainability reporting, limited transparency, and concerns about whether some environmental activities represent genuine long-term change. This study therefore asks to what extent do UK-based supporters, preferential or Premier League club environmental sustainability practice influence their trust in those clubs. The study aims to extreme this influence by accessing supporters' awareness, evaluating the credibility, transparency of club communications, investigating the relationship between sustainability perception and the fan trust, and demanding how clubs can strengthen trust credibly environments practice. The study adopts a positivist research philosophy. Positivists focus on observed evidence, systematic measurement, and the analysis of relationship between clearly defined variables. It is suitable for the studies because supporters' awareness, perceptions of some stability, credibility, and levels of fan trust will be measured through studying 5 points like scale questions. This will allow responses to be compared numerical and relationships between sensibility, perceptions, and fans trust to be examined satisfactorily, although interpretism could provide deeper individual views through interviews. It is a less suitable because the project focused on identifying broader patterns across UK-based Premier League supporters. The study adopts a deductive research approach, beginning with exciting literature and stakeholder theory before developing testable hypotheses. The stakeholder theory is relevant because supporters are important stakeholders whose trust may be influenced by clubs' environmental actions and communications. Two hypotheses are proposed. First, positivism perfections of some stability practice are associated with higher fan trust. Second, credible and transparent stability communication is associated with higher trust. This approach aligns with positivism because the proposed relationship will be measured through equations and examined satisfactorily. And inductive approach is less suitable because the study is testing exciting idea rather than generating a new theory. Data collection design. The study will use a quantitative cross-sectional design and collect primary data through an online qualitative questionnaire. Screening question will confirm that participants are aged 18 or above based in the UK and support or regularly follow a premium league club. The questionnaire will then collect limited background information before using 5 point Likert scale standards or measure three areas: awareness of club environmental entities, perfection of credibility, and transparency and fan trust. This concept will be measured through several items rather than a single questions. Um, Before distributions, the questionnaire will be pilot test to identify unclear or leading wording following ethical approval. The survey will be shared through football society supporter groups and online communities. This method is particularly standard and accessible to geographical disparate supporters, although it offers less depth than interviews and may be affected by self-reporting bias. Sampling strategy. The target population will consist of UK-based individuals aged 18 or above who support or regularly follow a premium league club. A known probability strategy combining purposive and convincing sampling will be used. Purposive sampling ensures that participants meet the theory criteria, while convincing sampling makes recurring practical through football societies, supports group, social media communications, and the personal networks. The study will aim for approximately and 100 to 150 completed responses. This should support distributed and preliminary relationships analysis, although the sample will be not satisfactorily representative all of the Premier League supporters to reduce selection bias. The survey will be distributed across several communicative um, rather than relying on club or supportive group. Data analysis plan questionnaire responses will be first reviewed in quality to remove ineligible, duplicate, or sensitivity incomplete submissions. 5 point is likely scale responses will be coded from 1 to 5. Frequencies and percentages will describe participant characteristics and the awareness of sensitivity indicatives, while main score and standard deviations will summarize incredibly transparency and fan trust. Qualtrics will also use to be present the findings or clearly level tables, bar charts, and Likert scale charts. Related questionnaires item will be combined into composite scores for sustainability, perceptions, transforming and trust to address the thought objective, the examine the hypothesis, correlation analysis will determine whether higher sensibility and transformation scores are associated with higher fan trust. Person correlations will be considered there where the relevant assumptions are made, otherwise Superman's correlations will be used. The results will be interrupted carefully because satisfaction associations does not prove corrections. Limitation versus quality and ethics. The proposed design has several limitations. Propositive and conservative sampling may also present easily accessible or highly engaged supporters so that finding cannot the generalical to every Premier League fan. The study also measures supporters presentively rather than the verified environmental performance, and responses may be influenced by fan loyalty, limited awareness of social disability. Because the research is cross-sectional, it can be identify relationship but not prove causation. Readability will be supported through standardized questionnaire or consistent response skills, pilot testing, and multiple items for the construct. Validity will be improved by developing questions from literature and mapping that directly to use resource objectives. Ethical approval will be obtained before risk requirement. Participants must be accurate 18 or above, receive clear information, proved informed consent, and participate voluntarily. No names or memberships number will be collected. Responses will be on it means securely stored and reported mainly in aggregates from with data deleted according to university requirements. In the conclusion, this study's process and positive is deducted and quantitative designed to examine whether supporters for searching of Premier League clubs, environmental sustainability practices, and the society with fan trust. Data will be collected from 100 to 150 UK-based adult supporters sort of quality questionnaire and analysis using descriptive satisfying the and colorations. Although the design has limitations, standards, measure, and the ethical safeguards will strengthen its quality. The finding map help clubs improve the credibility and the transparency of their sustainability communications. Thank you for watching.